Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to your next maths lesson. Okay, today it is the 25th of the 2nd, 2021, and our learning objective is to use AM and PM. So pause the video now while you write today's date and learning objective and underline them. Okay, great. So this week you've been learning to tell the time and you've been learning to tell the time for every 5 minutes intervals and 1 minute intervals as well. So let's review what you've learned so far this week. There's a little clock at the top here that may help you because it shows the minutes past the hour, how we read the minutes past the hour and how we read the minutes to the hour. So use that if you need it to help you. We've got 3 clocks here. Can you write the times that are shown on these 3 analog clocks? So remember which is the minute hand, so the longer hand is the minute hand and the hour hand is the shorter hand. And remember if we're reading the minutes past the hour or if we're reading the minutes to the hour. So pause the video while you have a go at writing down the times shown on those clocks. Okay, so the first clock here is shown, so the time on this clock is 5 minutes past 5 because the minute hand is on the 1, which is we read 5 minutes past, and the hour hand is also on the 5, so 5 minutes past 5. On the second clock, the time is 20 minutes to 11, so 20 minutes, minute hand is on the 8, so therefore we read that it's 20 minutes to the next hour, which is 11. And then on the final clock, the time is 10 minutes to 2, so 10 minutes to 2. Okay, so let's have a think. So today we're learning about AM, we're learning about using AM and PM. So how do you know whether a time is in the morning or the afternoon? So it is AM and PM that help us to tell the time. So we can use AM to show times in the morning and we use PM to show times in the afternoon and evening. So today we're going to be looking at some digital clocks a bit more, and digital clocks show us the time using numbers a bit like this. So we've got hours on one side of the digital clock and minutes on the other side of the digital clock. And you probably see digital clocks all the time on computers, on things at home like microwaves, on ovens. There are many of you have digital watches, so you've probably seen a lot of digital clocks before. So we're going to be learning a little bit more about digital time today. And here are some examples of digital time. If you want to explore digital clocks a little bit more in AM and PM, there's some really nice videos on the BBC Bite-Size website. There's a link here and that will be put on today's timetable if you want to have a little look at those videos. So do take some time to explore time. If you want to pause the video now, you can do that, or if you want to do it at a later time, the link is there to help you. So our STEM sentence today, AM times are in the morning and PM times are in the afternoon. So how do we change the time from analog clocks to digital? So when we're looking at digital time, we need to think about the minutes past the hour each time. So each number on this clock, each number on the clock represents 5 minutes. So we can count round the clock in 5s to help us to tell the time on a digital clock, to change the time to a digital time. So here we start on the 12 and you can see the numbers around the outside of the clock. It's counting in 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So digital clocks have the hour, an hour and a minute display separated by a colon. The hours will always be before the colon and the minutes will always be after the colon. So here we've got the time 12, 15, and you can see here's the hour and here's the minutes. And this is what it would look like shown on an analog clock. So you can see that the hour hand is on the 12 and the minute hand is on the 3, which is 15. So this time is also, we would say it is 12:15, or we would say on a digital clock it is 12:15. So our first little activity today is to match some analog and digital times. So to be able to do that, you need to be able to read the time on these 3 analog clocks. So I've put up here the little clock at the top that might help you today. So when you're looking at an analog and a digital clock and matching times, I would always start by thinking about what the hour might be on these clocks. So the hour hand on this clock, the hour hand, so it's between the 10 and 11. So on a digital clock, if it's the time shown is the time, and the hour hand is between 2 times, the 10 and 11, it means it's not yet 11 o'clock. It's not yet 11 o'clock, which tells me that the hour and on a digital clock is going to be 10. So the hour is going to be 10. And the minute hand, if I count round in 5s from the 12 all the way round to the 7, that will tell me what the minutes will be on our clock. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So this clock shows the time 10:35, 10:35. So I can see that digital time here, 10:35. And if I was going to write that time down on that clock, it would be 25 minutes to 11. So 25 minutes to 11 is the same as 10:35. Okay, so on our next clock here, we've got the hour hand is just past the 12, so the hour is going to be 12 in this case, and the minute hand is on the 4, so I can count round in 5s to the 4 to work out the minutes. And on this final clock here, you can see that the hour hand is on the 2, and the minute hand is here between the 2 and the 3. So you would need to count round in 5s, 10s, and then add some 1 minutes on by counting the 1 minute intervals. So pause the video and see if you can match up those final analog and digital clocks. Okay, so let's see if you got those right. So this clock here, we said the hour would be 12 and the minute hand would be 5, 10, 15, 20. So the time is 12:20. So we can match these clocks up to this digital time here where we've got the hour as 12 and the minute as 20. And we would say that time is 20 minutes past 12, 12:20. And then on this final clock here, we can see that the hour is on 2 and the minute hand would be 5, 10, and then we can count in 1s, 11, 12, 13. So the time is 2:13, 13 minutes past 2. So we can watch that final clock down here. And again on this page, I've just put another link to a really good website here. If you want to carry on practicing matching an analog clock with a digital time, that's a really great website for you to use. You can do it in your own time. But it's really great for practicing telling the time on both the analog and digital clocks, so the link will be in the timetable. Okay, so let's have a look at these times. True or false? These times are in order from the earliest to latest. Oh, so if you remember, we said that AM is in the morning and PM is in the afternoon. So pause the video and see if you can write down, do you think that's true, these are in order from earliest to latest, or false? And if you think it's false, can you reorder these times correctly? Have a go at those now. Okay, so if we look here, the first time is a PM time followed by an AM time. So actually we know that straight away that this is false because 8:05 PM has to be later than 10:30 AM. So I've written there that this is false, and I know this because AM is in the morning and PM is in the afternoon and evening. So let's reorder these. So the earliest time here is going to be 10:30 AM. And then it's going to be followed by the other AM time, which is 11:20 AM. And then in the evening, it would be 8:05 PM, followed by 10:50 PM. So well done if you ordered those correctly. Okay, so now let's match these clocks to the most appropriate activity. So we've got morning break time, after school club, and sunset. So sunset is in the evening when the sun goes down. So the 3 times I've got, so I've got a digital time there of 8:55 p.m. So remember, p.m. is afternoon and evening. And then we've got an analog clock here, which is a.m. So the time on this analog clock is going to be, so if you remember, when the minute hand is on the 9, we read the time as 1:45, and it's 1:45, and then the hour hand is nearly on the 11. So the time here is 11:45. And that's AM, which is in the morning, and then the final time is 3:25 p.m. So can you write down which you think would be morning break time, which time would be morning break time, which time you think would be after school club, and which time you think would be sunset? Pause the video while you have a go at that now. Okay, so let's see how you got on. So morning break time, well, the clue there is in the word morning, and the only time here that we've got as a morning time is this clock here, which is AM. So you should have written morning as 11:15. And then after school club, well, I don't think you'd want to be at after school club at 8:55 p.m. as that's 5 to 9 at night. So after school club would be at 3:25, just after school has finished in the afternoon, and then sunset finally would be at 5 to 9 at night in the evening. So those are my 3 clocks now matched up. Okay, so here we've got some times, digital clocks, and they're not ordered correctly. So we're going to order these times from the earliest to latest. So let's have a go at the first one together. So if we're starting with the earliest time, we're looking for the times that are AM times. So AM is in the morning, PM is in the afternoon or evening. So the earliest time here is going to be starting, so I can look at the hours to help me to order these correctly. So the first one here, if I scan along, I can see I've got an AM time there, so I've got 7:40 AM, and I've got another AM time here, which is 6:32. So 6:30 is going to be earlier than 7:40. So reordering these, I would do 6:32, 7:40, and then I've got 5:30 p.m, which is going to be before 9:45 p.m. Okay, so that's the first one's ordered correctly there. So can you pause the video now and have a go at writing, have a go at B and C and write in these times from earliest to the latest? You pause the video now and have a go at those. Okay, so let's see how you got on. So here you can see we've got 3 times which are of the AM. So we've got 2:11 AM, 9:45 AM, and 8:30 AM. So the earliest time there is going to be 2:11 AM, a really early time. So 2:11 AM is going to be the earliest time. The next earliest time is going to be 8:30 AM, followed by 9:45 AM. And then we've got an evening time of 10:13 p.m. So well done if you've got those correct. And then here we've got some more times to order. So we've got 10:23 a.m. morning, 12:24 a.m., 8:55 p.m. and 7:31 a.m. So these times here, 12:24 a.m. well, that's just after 12. If you remember, at 12 o'clock, when it gets to midnight, it changes, the time changes from p.m. to a.m. So 12:24 a.m. is just after midnight. So that is going to be the earliest time in the morning. So 12:24 a.m. and then we're followed by 7:30 a.m., 8:55 p.m. and then finally 8:50. I was thinking that was AM there, so that was my mistake. So well done if you spotted that. 10:23 a.m. and then finally the time in the evening would be 8:55 p.m. So well done if you ordered those correctly. So let's explore this question. So Jen's ballet class starts at 10:55 a.m. Tammy's ballet class starts at 1:25 p.m. Jen says, my ballet class starts after Tammy's because 10 comes after 1. Is Jen correct? And explain how you know. So thinking about what we've learned about AM and PM, Jen thinks her class is after Tammy's because 10 comes after 1. So what do you think? is she correct? Have a go at explaining how you know. Pause the video now and have a go at that question. Okay, so she's not correct, is she? She is incorrect. So Jen is incorrect because 10:55 a.m. is in the morning because it's a.m. there, and it comes before 1:25 p.m. So 10 o'clock in the morning comes before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So p.m. is showing that is afternoon. So she's actually incorrect. Okay, so here's your checkpoint question. I want you to sort the activities below into the table to show whether they would be AM or PM, or some could be from both. So you've got A, look at the stars at 10:30. Would you be doing that in the morning, AM, the evening, PM, or could you do that at both morning and PM? B is have a cold drink at 7:55. C, have a shower at 8:05. And D, walk to school at 8:35. So pause the video now and have a go at that checkpoint question. Okay, so looking at the stars at 10:30, you would be doing that at night. So that one, I'm just going to see if I can, that one would be PM. Having a cold drink at 7:55. Well, you could be having a cold drink at 7:55 in the morning and in the evening. So I'm going to put that one in both. Having a shower at 8:05. Well, again, you could be having a shower at 8:05 in the morning or in the evening. So that one could be both. And then D, walking to school at 8:35. You would be doing that in the morning, not in the evening. So if you got the checkpoint question correct, well done. So you can start on step 2. If not, have a go at starting on step 1. So here is step 1, question 1 for today. You'll need to draw out the table with a ruler in your book. Question 2 on step 1 and 3 on step 1. Here is step 2. Here is step 3 questions for today. And here are the digging deeper questions if you would like to challenge yourself with these today. And step 1 answers, step 2 answers, step 3 answers, and finally the digging deeper answers. Okay, well done year 4. I look forward to seeing you next lesson.